You know I was going to make a black and white intro for this show, but I mean, if they don't care enough to make a complex intro, why should I? Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for Dexter New Blood. This one is for my review of Season 1, Episode 1 of Dexter New Blood, titled Cold Snap. So, we are back with another phase or era of Dexter on the channel, y'all. We are here to review Dexter New Blood, which is our final season of reviews for catching up on the Dexter franchise, and I figured we kind of, send this one out in style. I was like, you know what, let's do individual reviews for these 10 episodes of New Blood, because it is its own series, it is just one season, and it doesn't have any kind of follow-up. I mean, it will, but obviously, this is still a standalone series on its own. So, we're going to do individual episode reviews. I'll probably do a few a day, something like that, as we catch up. And that'll be it for the Dexter reviews. So you can check out all the Season 8 reviews in the channel. But now, here we go into Dexter New Blood. So, we pick up approximately about 10 years after the end of Season 8. And we see Dexter. He is going by the name of Jim. And he is living outside this, small little town or whatever. And he is basically kind of just doing his own thing now. He is kind of covering up his identity and stuff. We're kind of seeing what he's kind of doing now, and he's hunting. He is, going around, kind of just acting like a normal guy. Everybody in this town kind of knows him, and he is kind of at this gun store or whatever. He kind of works there, and he's kind of just living a low-profile life. We find out that he has a girlfriend named Angela, who she is a police officer in this very, very small town. There's not much crime around, so literally, I mean, it's part of their stunts. She pulls him over, they kind of have sex and stuff like that, and then she gets phoned in and has to go. So, she's interesting, Angela. She's a very interesting character. I think it breaks the trend finally with Dexter, where he's not actually sleeping with a blonde for once. I think the last 3 girlfriends he's had was a blonde, so we have now a black-haired woman, of course, with Dexter now, and she's pretty cool. She's definitely my favorite of the original characters on this show. She's very interesting, and I think the actress is also very, very good as well too. So yeah, we got Dexter living a new life with Angela, and we have kind of this normal life that he's living, I would say. You even have in this one this guy that he serves at this gun store named Matt, and we kind of get the idea that Matt is kind of edgy, kind of crazy. You know what I mean? He's swinging this knife around, and he's really just hyper and kind of crazy and stuff. And Dexter, you can kind of tell, gets annoyed by this after a little bit, and he sells him the knife, but he says that if you want the gun, like, I'm gonna need a license or whatever, right? So he kind of makes him hold off on getting this big gun or whatever. And this Matthew guy is kind of insane. You get a scene later on in the episode where Dexter goes with Angela to this like dance or whatever. You actually have Dexter that's like dancing. He's actually like living like a normal life and stuff. And you have him who kind of runs into Matt at this party, and Matt's wasted. He's absolutely insane, and he's yelling shit, and he's like, "Yo, Jim, that's the guy right there." Like, he's crazy. The actor did a good job though for Matt. I did enjoy him. I thought he was really good. But you can kind of tell that this guy's kind of getting under Dexter's skin. And as soon as you see this, it's kind of like, okay, something's going to happen here. You know what I mean? You can kind of tell something is going to happen. Now, in this episode, we get a massive, massive just jaw drop that you have this kid that's going around here, and he's kind of visiting town. And you see him briefly throughout a few scenes in the episode, and he runs into Dexter, and he's just like, "Hey, I'm Harrison." I was like, "What?" And he's just like, "Yeah, you're my father," and Dexter's like, No, that's not me." And he's like, "You sure? Because you look just like, like I remembered you." And Dexter's like, "Nope, no, that's not me," And he scares him off at first, which I was like, damn, man. Like, Dexter does not want to reveal himself at all, because that's a dangerous thing for him, to do. But we do see Harrison in this one, and he's, kind of like an older teen now. And you see him, he's, he definitely looks a little damaged, of course, but he's trying to find his father. He's trying to track him down. We don't necessarily know why yet, but he's trying to find him, So I thought that was really interesting to see. And of course, that's the advantage of a show like this. You get to see Harrison, all grown up now, which is really cool. So we're going to see him as a overall character in this. Now, we also get to see in this, which I thought was insane, he finally brings the gun to this Matthew guy. He's like doing coke and like screwing women and stuff like that. He points the gun in Dexter's face as he's doing the deal with him. And I'm like, okay, look, if I was Dexter, I'd seriously say, like, listen, I'm not going to sell you this gun because I'm seriously on edge that you're going to fucking hurt someone, which you can do that legally, you know what I'm saying? So I'm shocked that Dexter actually sold this gun to him, but yeah, Matt has some serious just sus energy overall. He really, really does. And Dexter kind of is tempted, but obviously, he doesn't kill anymore. It's been many years. He doesn't do that type of stuff anymore. And the one thing that's kind of keeping Dexter sane throughout this while he's kind of living on his own, for one, is obviously you've got this deer that he finds, which obviously is kind of, representing life for him. He's kind of going out here every day, watching over this deer and stuff like that. And then out of nowhere, the deer gets shot and killed in front of Dexter. And as soon as this happens, you're like, what the hell happened? And you have Matt that walks up to him and he's like, hey, yo, oh my God, Jim, and he has absolutely enough. So Jim / Dexter, knocks this guy out, knocks this guy down, and we get the absolute return of the Dark Passenger. We get the return of Dexter as he sets up a kill room in his shed on his property and sits there with Matthew, shrink wrapped to the table, and you have Dexter that stands over him, and he's like, yep, I haven't done this in a long time. I'm probably pretty rusty, you know what I mean? And it is what it is, And he kind of even says, he's like, yeah, my dad's going to be upset, my dad's going to come after you, and Dexter's like, I don't give a shit, And you can tell that this is the first time Dexter's actually done this in a good while. And I thought it was really interesting because the way that they do this death, they bring like the blood theme back. It's really, really OG. It's really, really cool. And you just feel Dexter being back. You know what I mean? You just feel it at that point. It's really, really interesting. But yeah, amazing kill as you have Matthew that gets killed and Dexter just reemerges into not Jim now, back to Dexter and what he is. This episode's about the return of his character. Truly, him finding that Dark Passenger again. And taking out Matthew, you know what I mean? It's absolutely insane. And then by the end of the episode, he goes back and he tells Harrison that he is who he is, that he is Dexter Morgan, and that he is going to do what Harry did for him. He's going to raise him and, teach him the way and guide him through everything. And, it is what it is. And at the end of the episode, you see blood, in the snow. And you can kind of tell that it kind of solidifies that Dexter is a little rusty. He's not as sharp as he once was before. He is making mistakes, and he's forgetting to cover his tracks. So now that's going to lead to an investigation if they find anything, related. But that's the setup for the season right there. So I loved this first episode. I love the first episode. I thought they did a great job with it. And Matthew was a good, first kind of weekly kill for Dexter after all these years, and I thought it was such an interesting first episode for the show. It really, really set the tone of what you're about to see, and I thought they did an absolutely fantastic job with that. I thought they did a absolute bang-up job with Dexter New Blood. I thought it was fantastic. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of Cold Snap, the first episode of Dexter New Blood? Are you going to follow along with these other 9 reviews for Dexter New Blood? Because we're going to do it. We're going to cover these episodes episode by episode. And it's also good, too, because Dexter Original Sin is on a week off right now. So we're still going to be providing Dexter reviews while that show is on pause. So very, very exciting. And I absolutely love New Blood, so I'm absolutely down to do it. I'm game to do it, and I'm very, very excited to continue. So we'll be back with episode 2. Thank you all for watching. If you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe and so you don't miss any of the videos for Dexter New Blood. Be sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead Reviews on Instagram, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Dexter. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies did a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.